Mike Murdock, the 3-minute Jesus. The 3-minute Jesus. There's so much to religion you don't know who to believe. The Bible has 783,000 words in it. The Bible has 1,189 chapters, 66 books, history parts, prophecy parts. Where on earth do you start studying the Bible? Some books in the Bible, like Leviticus, Lord, they're not fun at all. There's chapters in the Bible I can't stand to read. There's some crazy, crazy words. There's phrases in there that says, I'm a worm. I mean, there's parts of the Bible that just mystifies you, you know. And I was thinking about you because I was raised in the Bible, and my father prayed 4 to 10 hours every day of his life. Fabulous pastor, pure as gold. My mother and daddy were the perfect Christians in every way. But Dad's real quiet, didn't like any talking. Us 7 children at that table every day, 3 times a day. Well, where do you start? And I really felt like the 3-minute Jesus was something I wanted you to do for 3 days. There's some of you can't get the Bible turned on inside you. There's 2 chapters in the Bible I'd like for you to read. One's Matthew 5, and it's the Beatitudes. Blessed are the merciful, they shall obtain mercy. Blessed are they that mourn, they shall be comforted. And then the 6th chapter of Matthew. Matthew 5, Matthew 6 is the Lord's Prayer. And he said, this is how to talk to God every day. Neither one of them are long. I call this the 3-minute Jesus, okay? But I would like for 3 days for you to experiment. Now you may say, well, I've been in Christianity all my life. I've read the Bible through 10 times. Okay, this isn't for you. The 3-minute Jesus is for you to read the words of Jesus aloud. At the end of those 2 chapters, simply say, Jesus, I want to know you. Forgive me of any sins. Come into my heart. I need forgiveness. I need a friend. And I need a future. Let's say this again. I call this the 3-minute Jesus. Just do this for 3 days. Give him an opportunity to whisper to your heart, whisper to your conscience. Don't worry about joining a church right now. Don't worry about understanding the book of Daniel and the book of Revelation. Don't worry about the return of Christ. He's been saying that for 2,000 years. Just open the door for him to talk to your heart. I call this the 3-minute Jesus, okay? Just something I've never done before like this. Just the last few minutes I felt stirred that there's 2 or 3 people watching me. You're very confused by all the clash in Christianity. And you've said, like I've said 100 times, who in the world's right? We don't know who's right. Was Billy Graham right? Was Oral Roberts right? Was Benny Hinn right? Is Joel Osteen right? Is Jensen Franklin the right guy? And they're all good people. I know them well. I want to pray a little prayer. If you don't mind repeating this prayer with me, just repeat the prayer. If I say something you don't want to say, just stop. But I want to lead you in a prayer. You ready? Dear Jesus, I want to know the truth. If you are real, whisper to my heart, forgive me of any rebellion to you. I really want to know God. I need forgiveness if I have sinned. I need a friend who will talk to me. And I need a future filled with love and peace. Confirm to my heart that you're really real by talking to my heart. Amen. Amen. The arguments of Christianity are understandable, but often destructive. I led you in that little prayer so you could just open the door to Him. 3 reasons I accepted Christ as my master. Do I understand about the cross, the blood, the resurrection? No. It's in the Bible. It's taught. But I understand doubts about the Bible. I understand that. I have no battles with you. But open up and give him an opportunity. Just see if he will. I would like for you for 3 days, the next 3 days, do it in the mornings. I call it the 3-minute Jesus. I want you to read Matthew 5 and Matthew chapter 6, the Lord's Prayer. There's a lot of stuff in there you won't want to talk about, but just those 2 things. There's another chapter I'd like for you to read is Psalms 91. I call it the protection chapter. He that dwelleth in the secret place of the Most High God will abide under the shadow of God. Okay? There's some books I would recommend. One is called Billy Graham's book called Peace with God. Billy Graham had a real mental battle about the purity of the Bible, and he shares his story. Okay? To some of you, this means nothing because you've been a believer for many years. But I felt in my heart a few moments ago that 2 or 3 people watching me right now is really, you're a very real person. You don't like anything fake. There's 2 or 3 people watching me that you have the same passion that I do for being right. Not everybody hates error. The world's jammed with liars and gimmicks. It's full of that. But there's 2 or 3 people watching me that would really like. I hope you order your gift copy of the book, 31 Rewards of Reading the Bible. It's absolutely free. I've given away over 20 million free books, by the way. And there's the phone number to call. Book 219. Phone number is 817-759-2665. 817-759-BOOK. 7 days a week, 24 hours a day. 77 years old. Wow. Brother Mike, you have opinions about many things. You bet. You ever made any mistakes? Too many to write about all of them, but I write about a few. I'm working on my book catalog, over 1,000 books. I'm working on it, and I'm putting together a website. MikeMurdock.com. MikeMurdock.com. Try me. I'll be back in a few minutes.